let's just start this video because I'm just so excited. I didn't realize how much I loved these fragrances. There are some perfume houses out there that I am totally addicted to and I basically wanted to go through all of the houses that I love, and I think these fragrances have been favorites of mine continuously. It's like it's always been steady. There hasn't been much of a change. So I would say these perfume houses are houses I've been loving for at least the last 5 to 10 years, and so I wanted to share those with you. Thank you for watching today's video. If you are new, please subscribe and like this video. So let's start off with, I'm going to go through 5. So there's 5 perfume houses that I'm going to share with you. And I'm going to work my way up to my most loved perfume house. Now, I have a mixture of niche fragrances and also designer fragrances too. Starting from number 5 is Guerlain, and it's this lovely beautiful fragrance here. I love the vanilla in this perfume. It's one of my most elegant, romantic fragrances. This is just perfect for date night. It's one of those scents you just can't go wrong with this. I mean, you can wear this in the day. It's easy to wear at night also. And it's just such a sweet vanilla with lavender, sandalwood. It's just so soft and girly, very elegant. In Guerlain, they have different fragrance collections, and there are some fragrances from the Oriental Perfume collection. There's also the Arts and Material collection that I'm loving as well. And I think if I could, it would be on my wish list for my next purchase, might be the double vanilla. That's beautiful. They also have this really sweet gourmand fragrance, and it is just so beautiful. It smells so much like patisseries. It's so sweet. There's another fragrance that I do love. There's just so many fragrances by Guerlain. It's just so sweet. It's just such a honeyed vanilla type of scent, and I find it very girly, very feminine, beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So that's Guerlain. My next fragrance house that I love is Christian Dior. So in at number 4 is Christian Dior. Now, the reason why I've chosen this fragrance to come in at number 4 is because I love Christian Dior. Like, Christian Dior is actually my first love when it comes to fragrances. It was a fragrance I discovered when I was about 14, 15 years old, and ever since then I've always loved this brand, but I don't wear it as often. That's why I'm ranking it as number 4, but still it's in my top 5, so it's still amazing. And I just love Dior, especially the Poison range. That is my favorite perfumes. It's definitely Hypnotic Poison is my favorite. That was my signature scent for so long. Like, I just love that fragrance. And this one I have here is Poison Girl, and this one is beautiful. This is a recent purchase, and this fragrance came out in 2016, and I only bought it this year. So yes, that's just my I just love this fragrance so much. Yeah, so I only just bought this fragrance this year, and the reason why, there is a reason why I only bought this recently. And it's because when it comes to Christian Dior, like I said, I've always loved Christian Dior, and because I've been wearing Dior for so many years, what I find very difficult is that they reformulate their perfumes so frequently. They keep changing the notes. You fall in love with the fragrance, it becomes your signature, and then they just stop the fragrance, or it's been discontinued. I avoided Dior for some years now because I didn't want to find a fragrance to fall in love with to then find out it's been discontinued. So I said, you know what, I would just go out and buy, I'll give it another go, and that's what I did. This is my Poison Girl. I love this perfume. So this fragrance is beautiful. We have some bitter orange in here, we have some vanilla, we have 2 types of roses in here, and this is a gorgeous fragrance. I love Christian Dior. There are so many. I feel like I have so many of their fragrances. I'm just so satisfied with all the perfumes that I have. I feel like I wouldn't change anything unless they bring out something new. I'm willing to give it a go, but I love the Christian Dior range, and Poison Girl is one of my favorites. Another favorite of mine is Miss Dior. I love Miss Dior. Miss Dior Cherie was my total favorite, and then they have Miss Dior and also Absolutely Blooming. It's beautiful. Oh, that's gorgeous. This designer is Tom Ford. Tom Ford is in at number 3, and oh my goodness, I love Tom Ford's fragrances. Like, there's something about Tom Ford that I really appreciate his work. I appreciate the formulas and the scents. I find the scents to be very unique. I feel like whenever you have a Tom Ford fragrance, you would rarely find any other scent that you can compare it to. My top favorite is Cafe Rose. I love rose fragrances. Rose, vanilla, orientals, you know, a little bit of amber and sandalwood. Those are my types of notes, and I love rose. I think I'm gonna have to do my rose collection for another video because I love rose, and I am still willing to build. I still want to expand on my collection, and I want to try different fragrances. So this is my beautiful Tom Ford, and this wonderful refreshing citrus coconut beach type fragrance I just love. It's perfect for day wear, and it's perfect for vacation. So that's my Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford. Now in at number 2, oh my goodness, this is a fragrance house that, oh my gosh, I just love. I love this fragrance house. So I only discovered this fragrance house maybe 2.5 years ago, and I was walking through Selfridges and I was handed a card of this wonderful perfume. But on that day I was given so many different fragrances, so I didn't know what I was detecting exactly, and I left the card down, and when I came back the next day my whole living room was scented with this beautiful perfume, and ever since then I never looked back. So this lovely fragrance I have here is my Oud Satin Mood, and I adore this fragrance. I find this beautiful syrupy rich rose scent gorgeous. It's perfect for the fall, it's perfect for autumn weather. Again, a date night. It's very classy. It's one of those fragrances you would like to wear when you're like going out, and it's in the evening time, and it's just like the weather's getting a little bit cooler, and this would just add some warmth to your evenings. It's just so beautiful. It's very rich, a little bit syrupy. But what I love about this fragrance, you've got the oud in here, but it is softened with the violet. You have violet, rose, and then you have that creamy vanilla, and I find that very easy to wear. So you want to try an oud fragrance and you're fairly new to ouds, then I would try this fragrance because it has that true oud note, but it is softened with vanilla and the violet as well. It doesn't have that, you know, some ouds can be quite smoky or too intense. I find this one to be very warm and sweet. There's some violet in here and it adds like this powdery note to it, so I find this very easy to wear if you're sort of transitioning into ouds. Then this is perfect. So Maison France's Kurkdijan is in at number 2. I love this house. Oh my goodness. I love this house. And then in at number 1, I wonder if any of you guys can guess what my number 1 fragrance house is. So I think the majority of you guys should know by now. And oh my gosh, my number 1 is Chanel. Of course it's Chanel. Now Chanel is a fragrance house that I have loved for the longest time. And I find whenever I wear Chanel, I can always find a fragrance to match the occasion, the seasons very easily. It just matches every situation in life. I just find it so easy to wear. This is my Coco Mademoiselle Intense, and this is a new buy. I bought this earlier this year, and it smells so much like the original Coco Mad, but it's a bit deeper. It's quite warm. You've got that rose in here as well, but then it's got like a spicier dry down. It's just gorgeous. This is like class. Very classy, very dressy, wonderful fragrance. So that's my Coco Mad Intense, and this is the EDP. The reason why Chanel is a favorite of mine is because with Chanel, it's just such a classy fragrance. It's extremely elegant and sophisticated. It's very ladylike. I love it. And I could just find that I find this perfume matches so many occasions, especially like when I'm going out date nights. This is perfect. Perfect house to go to. I just feel like I just can't go wrong. I can't go wrong. You win with Chanel because the longevity is amazing, the sillage is wonderful, and the blends are just so classy and just so elegant. I just love its performance, and the compositions of the fragrances is just wonderful. You just can't go wrong. People always know when you're wearing Chanel, and Chanel is definitely in at my #1 spot for my favorite perfume house. So those were my top 5 fragrance houses. We went from Guerlain, Tom Ford, Maison, Francis Kurkdijan. We had some Chanel in there. We have some Christian Dior. Those are my top 5 fragrance houses, and I don't know if it's going to change. I think these have been my all-time favorites. My all-time favorites for 10 years plus would be Chanel and Dior. Those are my top, and I don't think they will ever change because you just win, okay? You win with these 2 brands. I feel like with Dior and Chanel, they never fail you. The longevity is amazing. The formulas are beautiful. There's some like sentimental bonds that I have with these fragrances, these 2 houses. So that's why I think these will always be in my top 5 for fragrance houses. So I wanted to share that with you. If there's any fragrance from the houses that I've mentioned that are your favorites, please let me know. I'd love to know and discover, because I haven't tried every single fragrance. I'm willing to try. If you recommend it, I'm going to go out and discover them. So thank you so much for watching, my lovely darlings, and if you are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like this type of content, make sure when you do subscribe, you hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when my videos are uploaded. So darlings, thank you so much for watching, and I'm wishing you a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.